Hello and welcome. At this time, there is a powerful energy and activation of our third eye. There is a time of release and revealing hidden truths, and a really big focus of inner transformation. This really aligns with Scorpio energy. It is a third quarter moon in Scorpio at this time, and Scorpio is a sign of transformation and shedding any old skin so we can grow. The theme today we have is the Eight of Swords. So there is an energy here of worrying or thinking too much about a situation. You may feel torn on what to do next. Being in your head and using your logical mind really won't help you find the answers you are seeking. Your mind needs to relax so your intuition can really be heard or felt. Feeling trapped and powerless is an illusion, as there is always a choice. Any problems can seem like there is no way out, but there will be clarity on this situation that will set you free. It really starts with resting and doing things that really get you out of your head and into your body. Remember, there is no wrong choice, but choose with your heart and not with your head. Crossing this theme, we have the healer. The healer is represented by Virgo, which is concerned with physicality and nourishment. So, using your body as a vehicle to your intuition can really help you overcome any pain or trauma that may be rising at this time. We will have feelings and emotions rise as we work through anything we have repressed or buried deep within us. But remember, it is safe to recognize where you may be feeling trapped. You may need to release any stagnant energy, whether that is grief or anger. The pain does need to be witnessed, accepted, and integrated to allow the healing to take place. Those of us who have been doing shadow work will realize that healing isn't a one and done process. We complete one aspect and then we move on to the next lesson that we need to integrate. So, really take your time with this and don't be hard on yourself. Be patient and kind with yourself right at this time. Our conscious thoughts about this is seer, see beyond the current situation. Taking this time to go within through rest, meditation, and using your body by being active in a way that feels good to you is helping to shift your perception on this situation that has been worrying you or causing doubt on what you truly want. Sometimes we need to listen to what it is we really want, not what is best for others, but what is best for you. This can make us feel like we're being selfish. And if you are feeling like that, then that is a good start in shifting your energy. It is okay to put your needs and happiness first. If you put your needs last, then so will those around you. Really recognize your worth and see yourself as the beautiful being you are. This is a time of expanding your awareness and using your intuition, which can feel really subtle. Intuition doesn't make you feel anxious. It's not like repeating thoughts going round and round. It tends to feel calm, like a gentle knowing. So trust in what you are feeling right now and set some intentions for what you do want, not what you don't want. Our intentions are a powerful tool in shaping our desired future. So if you are thinking of what you don't want and putting negative energy out there, that is what you tend to get. So really try and use the intention for the best of what you do really want to happen. Crossing this is our unconscious thoughts, which is third eye activation, brow chakra, inner vision, clear seeing. So, your psychic sight now is being activated, and your spiritual gifts and abilities are strengthening. The more you learn to trust this process, the more clearly you see, and you will gain clarity on the situation that has been troubling you. When I first started tapping into my inner guidance, I would constantly second guess myself and not trust what was coming through to me. So I began, with meditating and then journaling after meditating, to really sit quietly with myself. I really did struggle with this at first because I'm such a busy person. I'm always up and about and doing things, or I always had an earphone in, listening to a podcast. But we need to remember, it isn't a race to a finish line. It is a slow unfolding. It can feel frustrating as we want the answers now. So we can get impatient with this process, and sometimes people give up and revert back and they stop practicing using their intuition. So, this is calling you to relax and trust in what you are seeing and to keep working on developing these skills, as they will really bring you into alignment with your soul's chosen path. The next card we have is the Peacock's Tail. The peacock's tail is a sacred image in alchemy. The mesmerizing display of tail feathers opens to mark the alchemist having shifted from single to multi perspective. This is a great achievement. The alchemist has opened 1,000 set of eyes instead of one. They've discarded black and white thinking and allowed the full spectrum of colours, nuances, and solutions to come into the fold. Creative solutions to complex social and political polarities can be found in this sacred space. The force field of possibilities has opened, and the alchemist has entered a new paradigm belonging to multiplicity, dimensionality, and inclusion. Utilize this perspective for positive change while it lasts. When falling back into black and white thinking, as any alchemist will do, envision the splendor of the peacock's tail. Each feather contains a shimmering universe of possibility. The next card is darkening. In alchemy, darkness is an achievement. It indicates the material has been through a significant occurrence, sometimes called an initiatory experience, that has brought it into a state of readiness for the work. The darkness prepares us. We've moved beyond the small talk and chit chat of the upper world and descended into the psychic layers of the soul. We admit who we are fully and bravely, and thus open ourselves to the process of transformation. When this card appears, it is not necessary to delve into what brought you here, the initiation, likely by fire, that has caused the embers to char. Rather, it's time to heal, and darkness is the remedy. Closing your eyes is a voluntary expression of darkening. By practicing it daily, we drop into the depths and surrender as the alchemist's eyes adjust and transformation begins. So, your sight has been opened from going within, and this reveals new information from digging deep. You are undergoing healing, which transforms your perspective into new wisdom and truth of who you really are. By being honest with yourself, you are ready to move forward to a path of meaning and value, which is beautiful. The next card we have represents you, and that is the vow. When the vow is spoken, the air shifts, karmic ties are formed, and destiny tilts on the axis. Our words and intentions have immense power. There is a reason the great mythic stories of our past often include the recitation of oaths and the mixing of drops of blood as a mark of union. The tricky part is that reciting the vow activates the eternal and unseen forces of the world. The ancestors bear witness. The laws of nature respond. These promises cannot be said, unsaid, or forgotten, so breaking them can leave lingering complexities and loose ends. This card calls us to acknowledge the vow we are living by, consciously or unconsciously, and either recommit to it or create a ritual that signifies its closure. You've been underestimating the power of your promises. And the energy that's coming in is the village. The village presents us with a conundrum. On one hand, it's the place that feels most like home, the place to which you can always return. Nostalgia and comfort draws us back. On the other hand, it's the very place you must leave in order to grow. Around the village, an unspoken boundary exists, one most villagers do not want you to cross. Though some support your leaving, still you hear whispers of doubt as you venture beyond its borders, leaving them behind. The energy of the village is present anytime we feel restricted by a certain group, community, family, place, or ideology. It may have served us in the past, yet staying within its parameters will never satiate our thirst for life. Thank the village for all it has provided, knowing you will someday return. For now, the world awaits. So, your soul had a mission for coming here. There was a divine plan. That begins when you set it in motion. With your intention and with the words you speak, you really have the power and to kind of set forth this into motion. The theme of the Eight of Swords and worrying about a situation could be a person, place, or role you are leaving behind. You know, this process can be hard, and it can feel hard for you to make a decision. But those of us on this path can feel alone. As we grow, sometimes we outgrow the environment around us. That can include like friends, family, or people that we work with. We may feel we no longer align, with our values or our vision. We can't expect all the people to be where we are. as we all have our unique path to walk, people can grow with us and we don't necessarily have to walk away. But if they don't at least support you or make you feel loved, then it may mean that it's time to move on. It is okay to want something more. Don't let opinions or doubts from others stop you doing what you truly want to do. The next card we have is the Nile. As the Nile flows through Egypt, water flows through our lives, offering fluidity, compassion, intuition, nurturance, intimacy, and sensitivity. It teaches us about ebb and flow. It shows us its many forms: liquid and solid, vapor and mist. Water teaches us about eternity by showing us how to have faith as we move through the different states of being and consciousness, as well as those as form. We learn how to feel through water. We learn about emotions, sensitivity, and unconsciousness. Water cleanses the lenses of our psychic awareness and nourishes our intuition. When you draw this card, it is time to enter the river. It's time to return to the primal waters of the unknown, trusting that you will be fed and nurtured by the great mystery. Relax, perhaps make some time to immerse yourself in water, sorry. Experience floating and feeling yourself upheld by the waters of life. This is an opportunity for deep cleansing and renewal and trust. Water, as your ally in this reading, is the medium through which you will respond to what is needed at this time. All of water's unique qualities are available to you now. And that leads us on to cosmic influences, Ma'at, Toph, and Kepra. Ma'at balances the heart with the light of truth, while Toph communicates with the higher language of wisdom. Meanwhile, Kepra protects Earth as he spins the world through the cycles of change as the initiate and petitioner takes the next step on his or her path of destiny. If you've pulled this card, these great allies are already protecting and guiding you. Notice how the qualities of truth, balance, order, wisdom, illumination, and enlightened communication weave through the stories and cycles occurring in your life in relationship to your question. Sit with these wise ones and remember. So, I would say from this, water can assist you in connecting with cosmic beings like Toph. You have guidance available to you at all times and within you. The visions and clarity you are receiving are helping you move through any doubts you may have had previously. The vow is now set in motion, and your destiny is unfolding to what is going to fulfill you the most. There is a strong presence here of our third eye activation, because the animal spirit that we have is the dragon. The dragon sees everything. Its essence has been with us since before our first breath and will be there at our last. It watches us navigate the external world as well as our inner world. When dragon energy is awakened, we are courageous, visionary, and can easily drop into witness consciousness. It is almost as if we are traveling with a great friend inside of ourselves. When we look in the mirror deep into our eyes, we may even glimpse the self behind the self, the one who is watching us. This is the power of the dragon, breathing transformative fire into every cell of our bodies. Witnessing this omnipotent energy, even for a brief moment, helps us surrender and let go. We let the dragon guide us. We hop on its back for a ride. And as we traverse even the most difficult terrain, the dragon's eyes see beauty everywhere. It is said that if a yogi does not see beauty in the world, their Agni is dim. Agni is described as inner fire or sacred intelligence. May even just the mention of the dragon stir the embers of intelligence within you. The subtle energy of the dragon lives at the navel center in the Manipura chakra. Manipura translates to the city of hidden gems, and behind its gates burn the fire of our transformation and digestion. The sages believe health of the fire at the navel center is what governs our ability to see clearly, both the inner and outer dimensions. And this is related to the third eye chakra as well. So there's a very high, third eye chakra energy in this reading. So I'd say a lot of people are undergoing, a third eye activation. This can feel scary because we're starting to see more things, but just, really take your time and rest with this through this process. The angel number we have is 0330, lucky shirt. Love, peace, hope, and optimism transferring responsibility to others, progress, and creativity. Pursue your goals and get what you want. It will provide wonderful benefits for you and the people you hold dear. Your ability to communicate is improving at this time, which will make it easier for you to interact with a broad spectrum of individuals. So I'd say as you're working through, any doubts or fears that you may have had, which could involve a person, a place, or a situation, or a job, or even an aspect of yourself that you're going to leave behind. It may just be an opinion or an aspect of yourself that you're leaving behind and not a physical thing. As the swords are about the mind. So this could be a transformation of your thoughts. This kind of process of using your intuition to guide you is going to bring forth healing, which can really open up your insights for your path ahead. I'd say clarity is coming, and before you came here to Earth, you did have a mission that you wanted to set forth into motion, but you had to undergo so many different cycles of healing. We have many ups and downs when we come here, but we're alchemizing always as we go. Through this journey, it's really about kind of being true to yourself, not allowing others to influence you, just because they might not believe or trust in the path that you really want to take. Use your discernment. That's why it's really important to enhance your intuition, because it's through the discernment and using our intuition that we can really get to where we want to be. So this can be painful at times because that we're at the last point of the year of the snake, and so that is shedding, letting things go. Transformations have been huge this past year, but we really need to get rid of any last lingering doubts, as this will really set forth the next cycle, which will be the new moon and the fire horse, which I think is on the 17th of February. So there's this last kind of push and pull to kind of really shed any old kind of limiting beliefs that we may have had, and really start to get clear on the intentions and anything that we really want to see grow in this new coming Chinese year of the fire horse, because the fire horse will be all about action, passion, and moving forward with courage. So please share below in the comments if there's anything that you want guidance or help with from other people who may comment. I would really like to grow a community, but it's by sometimes we get scared to leave comments, but I think that can really help us form a community, because many of us on this path can really feel alone. You can feel like, oh, I'm just going through all of these transformations and alchemizing, and I'm doing this alone. So that's why I really find online communities really helpful, because a lot of people are going through this, and it can be a very scary energy, because we can feel like we're outgrowing our environments around us. It can really make us feel alone. So yeah, please feel brave enough to share anything in the comments that you wish to, and until next time, thank you. Bye.